going on YouTube? So, finally got the car fixed from the misfire issues that I was having a couple weeks ago when we were going down to Pueblo Motorsports Park to race for Family Feud 2. So, ended up taking the car back to RPM. We had a cylinder 8 misfire, and we just pretty much had to open it up and kind of chase ghosts, I guess. So we were looking at possibilities of a bad coil pack. We were looking at possibilities of maybe the MDS lifters getting stuck, maybe flattened lifters, maybe you know, as far as flattened lifters destroyed the cam. So I was looking at, you know, several $1,000s in repairs for this car. But before we jumped in and ended up spending all that money to fix the car, we decided to do a little bit of just basic maintenance. So what we ended up doing is we ended up just flushing the oil in the car. We changed spark plugs, and we ended up moving the coil pack to the other side to see if the misfire would end up going up to a different cylinder. One of the things that I noticed when we were doing the spark plugs is more of a maintenance issue, and it's completely my fault on the maintenance issue. Before going to American Muscle and all this other sort of stuff, I did a lot of imports, and you know, I did Hondas and all that other sort of stuff, and I'm used to spark plugs lasting a long time. So I changed the spark plugs on this car at about 30,000 miles. We are at about 60,000 miles now, and I hadn't changed the spark plugs, and the spark plugs, when we took them out, they looked like they were burning correctly and everything like that, but I don't know the technical term, the upper portion of the spark plug that kind of comes up where the spark arcs from, instead of having this really nice rectangular shape that it has when it's brand new, it was actually worn and tapered. So when it wears like that, you end up having an inefficient spark, and the gap and spacing in there is incorrect. So, you know, that's probably the major issue that I was having with the misfires. The coil pack, we ended up moving to another side, and you know, we're still trying to watch that just to make sure that the coil pack wasn't a bad part that was causing a misfire. And you know, the car overall right now is running a lot better. But we're not done there, because when it rains, it pours. Because we went and we took care of all that, and I thought great, the car is good, the car is ready to go again. We're running into some more problems now. So let's take a look. I spent a couple hours this morning cleaning up the car. Excuse the engine bay, I have not gotten to cleaning the inside or the engine bay or anything like that. But one of the other problems we're running into here is, man, it's going to be kind of hard to see from here. There are 3 tensioner pulleys that are on the front of this car. And one of the tensioner pulleys, can't even see it from here, it's one of the lower tensioner pulleys. It looks similar to this. I mean, it doesn't attach to anything, it's just there to keep tension on this belt. One of the lower tensioner pulleys is actually got a little bit of a wobble to it, so got to go in and get those pulleys replaced. And only one of them is wobbling right now, but if you're in there doing it, just go ahead and replace them all. That way you have brand new bearings and everything for the tensioner pulleys, and you don't have a problem. The scary thing about that is if it starts wobbling too much and you end up throwing this belt comes off, and you got all sorts of problems. So we're gonna get that taken care of, but we're not done there. Kind of noticed here recently as I've been driving, the suspension is starting to clunk a little bit. So I got something, I'm thinking it's more so on the passenger side, because when I drive with the windows down, I can hear it on the passenger side, and I'm not sure exactly what it is that's going wrong with the suspension. I don't know if it's the struts or anything like that, or tie-ins, or sway bar linkages, or bushings, or something is going wrong. But if I'm driving down the road and I hit a little bump, you know, I'm not talking like speed bumps or potholes or anything like that, but you hit a little bit of a bump, there's a rattle that's going on over here. And the best way I can explain that rattle, it's like tapping on pots and pans. It's like tapping on, like if you take pots, pans, stuff that you cook with, put them face down and drum on them like when you were a little kid and you use a little wooden spoon or whatever, and it kind of has that hollow knocking sound. So we got to get that taken care of. But that's not it. We got another problem going on here. Today, I was parking the car, and as I was walking away, it sounded like my car was taking a hit from a hookah. It's like almost a gurgling sound. So I was like, oh shoot, there's something wrong with the coolant system, and now I got to figure out the coolant system. But fortunately, that wasn't the problem. I'll put the video clip here because I actually just replicated the problem here, and we will see what that problem is. So as you can see in that video clip there, it's the radiator fan. That fan is starting to go out. It gave a little bit of a squeak and stuff like that when I was turning it off before, but it's been doing that for like the last year at least, and I think it's finally buying the farm. So we gotta change that radiator fan. On a positive note, that fan decided to do this before we changed the pulleys, so we can take care of all that in one shot here, because we got to take the front end off here to get to all of the pulleys to replace them. And if the whole front end is off, the fan is actually just right here behind this plastic stuff right there. So when the whole front end is off anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll take care of the fan and the pulleys. Hopefully this is the end of my laundry list of things that are going on. I rarely keep cars this long. Most of the time, if a car gets up towards 50,000 miles, I'm ready to trade it in. I'm ready to run because I don't want the car nickeling and diming me to death. But here we're at 60,000 miles and things are starting to go. I do have to say one thing though, is the things that are going on the car right now, the things that are failing, are not necessarily anything as a result of the Procharger, the water meth, the torque converter, tune, stuff like that. So all of those things that that RPM installed on this car, those things are still rock solid. Those things are still kicking butt. These are just other things that are kind of wearing out. I know that a lot of you guys have the 11 to 14 Chargers. You guys have 100,000 miles plus, and you guys haven't really changed anything. Maybe changed the battery or something like that. But you know, with me, you know, maybe in a roundabout way, things are wearing out because I'm pushing it a little harder, but it's not directly related, if you guys know what I'm saying. So we'll take it for what it's worth. And then one extra thing, okay? I'm gonna put a picture right here. So right there, that's my old chrome wheels. They got damaged by a local tire shop. Outstanding service from this tire shop. I always go there. I trust them 100%. They probably just had an off date that day, and you know, I went and I talked to them about it, and they offered to replace the wheels. So there was no dispute, no argument or anything like that. Upstanding service. They are the best, top notch, okay? And within a week, we got new wheels set up for the car. And I'm gonna show you here. If you guys follow me on Instagram or have seen me on Facebook, I've already posted photos of these new wheels. But I'm just gonna go ahead and show it now in this video on YouTube. That way you guys can see it before I do my tire review with the Achilles Desert Hawks. And you'll see it there because through the review, I'll end up showing something differently with the wheels here. So, chrome wheels before, and they offered to replace with chrome, and they also gave me the option to do gloss black. And seeing as the new hood is gloss black, I have yet to change up the vinyl here, but I did that video for you guys to pick what the vinyl is going to be. So that is something that's to be done because the vinyl is starting to wear out. We got some blotchy marks there from the sun. But that didn't get done because the misfire happened. But the wheels I ended up going with were OE replicas. So essentially the Blacktop Edition 5-spoke wheels for the Charger. And I figured the gloss black went really well with the theme that I am running with here. So what do you guys think? I'm really digging that that gloss black. I like the chrome. The chrome looked really, you know, like flashy. This kind of tones it down a little bit, but it gives it a more aggressive look. So I'm really digging the gloss black. Got a little bit of water on there, but now I got fingerprints on there. That makes it even worse. Anyways, that's it for this video here. I just wanted to give you guys an update about what was going on with the car. Situation where I haven't been able to really race. You know, running at Bandamere, I was having problems there. Going down to Pueblo Motorsports Park, I wasn't able to actually run the car at all on the track. But we got to do some maintenance on the car before we drive it hard again. So we'll give it another week or two just so I can get everything all taken care of here, and hopefully we'll make our way back to the track. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you guys, you know, staying up to date with my build, coming, leaving comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification button. That way you're staying up to date with new videos that are coming out. I know I had a few of you guys tell me that you weren't notified with a couple of the videos that I recently released. So if you're seeing this now, try unchecking the notification bell and rechecking it. You can also try unsubscribing and resubscribing to the channel, and you know, sometimes Google's messing up and sometimes that fixes the problem. But anyways, appreciate every single one of you guys. All of your views kind of help me take care of the car and make more content for you guys. We'll catch you on the next video. Drive safe. Peace out.